Right, we are back here, and let me quickly have a look at who has gained a lot of positions. It is Caesar who has gained 3, and Quick Killer and Ashwin have gained a lot of positions as well. And Nova VFX are still leading from Arjun and Bhushan, who has gained a place on Rohit there. We are following Serial Killer here, who is being chased by Harshal. And guys, let me know if you are able to hear me well, as now we are riding on board with Herschel. As someone has gone down, is that oxidized rage? It is, and he is into the barrier. It seems like he's fine right now in terms of any wing damage, but it is Phantom who's going right by side, and Caesar has lost more places there. Does he have wing damage, Caesar? I don't think he does, but he's going to lose yet another place to Sid Venkatesh if he's not careful. Yes, Caesar does lose that place to Sid Venkatesh, and now in terms of tire choice, it's Ashwin who's on the back of Caesar. So while we are on this battle, let me quickly share the link again. It is Ashwin who's making a move on Caesar, and he has made that move straight. So Caesar losing a lot of positions probably is that his medium tires not working out right now, and is that the reason why he is losing positions. But either ways, let's jump on Sid Venkatesh, who is now making a move on Rahul, and I think that is the move done from Sid Venkatesh. Just still going side by side, almost banging wheels, and Rahul is still ahead, or just more wheel banging there, and on board with Ashwin is behind. Is it Ashwin who's retired? That is Ashwin who has retired, and is there a safety car? I don't think so, but that is Ashwin's car, who not sure what happened there. We were following the battle behind, but is there a safety car? I don't think. There's a yellow flag all around, and I see drivers into the pits, but I don't know if there's a safety car, guys. So bear with me as I see a lot of drivers now pitting, and these drivers, I don't think that's a misjudgment on their part. If this is indeed lap 3, I don't think this is the correct call, because they will now have to make another pit stop. You cannot pit at the end of lap 2, you have to pit at the end of lap 3 or later for it to be counted as a mandatory pit stop. So while the track is still yellow, I don't know if this is a full-fledged safety car, but it seems like that. Yeah, there's the safety car who is waiting to pick up Nova, I believe, who is the race leader, and this has not worked out well for the guys who have pitted. Let's have a look at penalties quickly. Quick Killer has gained a lot of positions, by the way, in P12, or 12 positions rather. So Quick Killer has a 3-second penalty, as is Rohit, and Herschel and Oxidized Rage have 3-second penalties as well. I believe that would be for either track limits or something else. Is behind Phantom. Did you overtake Herschel under safety car, or did Herschel lose control of his car somewhere? I'm not really sure what happened there, but it seemed like they switched positions. Either ways, Ashwin has retired, and that is really unfortunate, because we were hoping to see him race, as this was his first race this season in the F2 league, and he will be back hopefully for the sprint race. But let's see how this one goes for the likes of Noah, Bayfix and Arjun, who are on those soft tires. So will they pit now, because they have a sizable gap, and if they pit, they will lose a lot of positions, but then they don't have to make any other pit stops. So this will be interesting to see. Noah is staying out, as is VFix. Arjun has gone into the pits, so Bhushan overtakes him. So, and Caesar will stay out for sure because of his tires which is on. Sid Venkatesh stays out, doesn't even go in. It's Quick Killer who is going in. Is Shah going in? No, he's not. Redstone Derp is not going in either, and Arjun is That's a very lengthy. He went to the pits a long time back. Not sure what happened there. But Arjun is going to lose a lot of positions here because of that. That is, who is that? Is that Sid Venkatesh? It is. Sid Venkatesh has lost control of his car and now is just ahead of Nishan. Does he have... Oh, it doesn't seem to have wing damage. But he's almost racing Nishan right now. And that's a little weird to see. But either way, so the top two have stayed out. And Arjun, who had pitted on the mediums, has come out in P11. So he has to ensure that he is able to stick with those people who have not stopped yet. Hang on, I'm just responding to something on Discord. Either ways, so I think, not sure if the safety car will come in at the end of this lap, and I think because we still have so that's the sense of humor Ashwin has even when he has DNF'd. But Rahul and Herschel, so I think the safety car will stay out for one more lap before we go racing. And let's see, this will be a good time for me to check on the score, and it's still 0-0. Either ways, safety car, I'm not getting messages for some reason. Is Sid Venkatesh pitting? I think he is. Is Rehan pitting as well? Oh, that's a huge... What's happening there? Nishan is into the pits as well. A lot of... Oh, Nishan! Was he hit from behind? Didn't seem like that. But he has broken his wing. And... Oh, that's really unfortunate for him. He will have to have a wing change now. He was disqualified from the session. What happened there? Was he unable to get moving? I'm not sure. I don't think I can see his car now. But he has been disqualified from the session. And as you can see, Nova and VFix both have pitted. So I'm not sure why they didn't pit at the end of last lap, because the pack was still catching. And if I'm not wrong, you can pit at the end of lap 3 and get away with it. So Nova and VFix have effectively lost. So if Arjun is in P6, so Nova and VFX have effectively lost 6 positions there, and the effective lead of the race. So that is really strange here, because the likes of Serial Killer, Phantom, Rohit, Quick Killer, Rahul, I think all of them have also pitted on sort. So these guys have to overtake all those drivers before they can legitimately fight Arjun for the race win here. And Arjun is in a very good position right now, because every driver in front of him is yet to pit. So if Arjun has any kind of a chance to challenge Noah for the championship, this is a very, very good opportunity for him. Either ways, the pack has bunched up, so I think the safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap. So let's keep an eye out on that, as Steves is the only driver on the field right now. There's something happening behind with Herschel and Oxidized switching places. So that's twice Herschel has some kind of position swap under the safety car. Once with Phantom, next time with Oxidized. But either ways, as I was saying, Steves is the only person who has stayed out, and he will be losing a lot of positions when he makes his mandatory pit stop, as the safety car has speeded away. So Bhushan will become the effective race leader, as something has happened behind. I'm not sure what has happened, but Nova was momentarily in front of Rahul. But either way, it seems like Bhushan is waiting a long time, and has he gone yet? Yeah, I think now he has gone. So Bhushan has sped, and let's have a look behind because that's where most of the action will be. And with Caesar chasing Bhushan now, we're following Rohit right now, but it's Quick Killer who might make a move on Phantom. Going into the bus stop chicane, this is Quick Killer, and he will stay behind for now, but he is being caught by Rahul, who is also being chased by Noah. So up front, as this some car, I think that was Rahul, who was a little out of sorts coming out of the final corner, who is now being chased by Noah, and Noah down the inside will make that mistake, and VFX will follow through. So Rahul losing two positions at once, and Noah and VFX both are through. As up front, it is Rohit now on team scale. Let's see if he can make this mistake. Yeah, DRS is not open right now, so he will not be able to make use of the wing. And behind, VFX and Rahul are still battling here. Are they going to make it 3 wide with Herschel coming down the inside? Let's see if Herschel can break these two. Oh, Herschel gets a little bit of a push from VFX, and VFX is through. I don't think there's any damage there, but Rahul losing another place to oxidize race behind. So everything happening, and up ahead it is Arjun who is now making a move on Rahul. So Rahul is gone wide, and Arjun is through on P3 with Caesar. What happened to Caesar there? He has lost a position to Redstone Dub there at the safety car restart. With Rohit is now getting past Steve Scal, who loses another position to Serial Killer behind, and now it's Nova who's on a charge, and he is hoping to make that move straight on Quick Killer. Someone has gone wide. That's Steve Scal who has gone wide, and Steve's losing more positions there. He should be coming into the pits any moment now, as we're still following Nova here, and he is on the attack to Quick Killer, who doesn't make it very difficult for him. I think this was the place where Ashwin crashed. I'm not sure if there was contact, but there was definite. Oh my god, that was so close. Either ways, Noah is still in one piece and challenging Quick Killer for that. Was behind it is VFX, who is now going to send it on the inside on Steve Scal, who is peeling into the pit. So VFX is up to P11, and up front it is Nova who is now on the inside, or rather on the outside of Quick Killer, but he will be hoping to now overtake him using DRS, which will open up. But does he wait for your DRS? I don't think. He almost does, and he stays behind for now, but this is getting a little too close for comfort here for these two guys. Let's see what Nova does. Which way does he go? He will choose the outside option because Quick Killer is determined to stick it on the inside, and this might be a little difficult here for Nova to make it, as Nova is trying his best. Oh, Nova is round. That is Nova who's round, and he will lose a heap of positions there. So that was contact with Quick Killer, and he has lost a lot of positions there. So we'll have to turn attention to now Rohit, who is challenging Serial Killer for P6 in this race, and for to really make an impression on the gap which he has to Redstone, Dup and Bhushan. So while Redstone and Bhushan both have 3-second penalties, it seems like that they are not really being caught by Caesar. So Rohit, while he is catching Serial Killer or hoping to catch Serial Killer, is now being caught by Phantom here for P7, and it seems like Phantom might make that move into but stop chicane. Let's see if Phantom, he has to lift off to avoid running into the back of Rohit. Here goes Phantom on the inside. Does he make that move? I think he will at the exit of the corner. Yes, he does, as behind VFX has been overtaken by Herschel here. So VFX losing a lot of positions, as Shah is into the pit, so is Caesar. So they will lose positions now. They will have the fresher soft tires at the end of the race. Is that another safety car, guys? Oh, there is a safety car. That's the SC flashing. So it is a safety car, and this would help the likes of Caesar and Shah and all those who are pitting, because now they can wait until the safety car comes in and they will have caught up to the pack. So that has come at a really good time for them, and Bhushan and Redstone both would be a little annoyed with that, because they would have then pit on this lap as well. Right, so Caesar and Shah both on those soft tires, and they will have Bhushan and Redstone for company, as well as the drivers who are on soft tires right now. It's really strange that I am not getting notifications of safety car being deployed. I had to rely on the message boards on the track to see whether it was actually deployed. Either ways, Arjun Shah is the leader of the race after the pit stops are done, and we really have Serial Killer and Phantom in P2 and P3 right now. So the likes of VFX, Herschel, Nova, Caesar will have to make a lot of overtakes before they can see those podium positions again, and it will be all the more tough. And looking at where Quick Killer is, Nova could have been P6 or P7 right now had he not had that contact with Quick Killer, so he would be a little frustrated in that car, and seeing his championship lead taking a bit of a hit, but still he has a healthy lead of 38 points as Bhushan and Redstone both pit, understandably so, and Arjun Shah is the race leader now, and it's his race to lose from now on, barring any penalties or incidents. He should be comfortable here because Serial Killer and Phantom behind will challenge him, but I think he has the pace to keep in front of both of them, and the safety car is waiting for Arjun as they will pick him up. And Redstone Up and Bhushan both have joined ahead of Nova here, and that is something to be worried about because both of them on those soft tires will have faster tires than Nova, who is pitting. So Noah is pitting, and he has gone on another set of softs here. So is Shah. Why is Shah pitting? Oh, I think he might have had a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane, so he wanted to get rid of that. But Noah has pitted, so has Shah, so has Sid Venkatesh. So I'm not sure when the safety car will come in now, because that's a huge gap which these drivers will leave in front of them. And let's see, since right, so I completely missed a goal, but that's fine. I'll have to just watch it back when I get the time. Let me see it now. Come on, show me the replay. Either way, is the safety car coming in at the end of this lap? We will have to rely on the safety car icon on the track map to see if it's actually coming in. Yeah, the safety car seems to be peeling away now, I think. Or is it? Arjun is leaving a bit of a gap to the safety car, but yeah, he's catching up again. So the safety car is not in yet, and this will give chance to the likes of Shah, Teves, and maybe even Sid Venkatesh to catch up and trouble the guys in front as Rohit and Quick Killer. What happened there? I think there was a change of position here. Either ways, safety car is staying out for one more lap, and I think definitely by the end of this lap safety car will come in, so we will have just 2 laps of racing. So let's see how these drivers battle it out for the final 14 kilometers where they have to go racing. You can see P10 to P16, so that's 7 drivers who are on the soft tires, and they will definitely be faster than the guys in front. But whether they are able to make those positions, because there are time penalties at play as well, so let's see if they are able to make use of that softer rubber and get ahead of their medium running counterparts. Right, so let's ride on board with Arjun again and see now once they exit the second sector, if they are able to get some distance between themselves and the safety car, and if the safety car is actually coming in. Is it going for one more lap? That would be... yeah, now it seems like safety car is coming in the end of this lap, because Arjun has let the safety car go, but he has not really put a lot of distance there. As behind, what's happening here, Herschel again involved in some incidents or swap, as Caesar and Noah are... anyways, let's turn attention to the front, because it is green flag racing and we are following Vifix right now, who is just 4 tenths behind Quick Killer, and further behind, is anything happening? I saw some battling here. That's Bhushan and Rahul going side by side with Caesar behind. It's Redstone actually, who is now going to make a move up Aruj. Is he going to make that move? He is. Absolute flash out racing, and thankfully no damage to anyone there. And that's Redstone who has overtaken Rahul. Is he going to make another move on Bhushan here? He tries to go around the outside. Bhushan goes deep. Can Redstone move and make a switch back here? No, he can't for now, so he stays behind, and that's Vfix who has made up a position to... oh, that's a little bit of contact. There's more contact. That's absolute mayhem here. I think there was contact 3 times. If I'm not wrong, there's contact for the 4th time, as Vfix loses one more position to Herschel now. And I don't know if there's any damage, but that's 4 cars in a span of maybe half a second who are battling for positions. As Vfix goes down the inside of Herschel, and he will have that position right now. But he's losing more positions. What happened to Vfix there? He's been pushed around, and Vfix has lost a lot of positions there. So I don't think he has damage, but he has a lot of ground to cover up, as Bhushan up ahead is now on the back of Oxidized Rage, and he has that motion stick. Can he make it? Yeah, he has overtaken, and behind it is Oxidized Rage who is making a move, or he's waiting, and he's seeing Redstone make a move on Bhushan. Is Redstone going to go down the inside? He is going to make down the inside, as these drivers navigate the very tricky bus stop chicane. Redstone is pushed wide, and he's pushed even more wide there. He will lose positions, but it's Oxidized who has DNF'd from that. Oh my god, absolute mayhem here. And riding on board with Herschel now, who is being chased by Bhushan. So Herschel was in fact chasing Rohit, it looked like, but it is going to be him who's under pressure of Bhushan. And let's see how this one goes. It's Herschel on the defense right now. Is Bhushan going to make a move? He is. He's going down the inside and he tries to take one more car with him. And will he get one more position there? He almost did, but now he's going to be under attack from Herschel again, and Bhushan has to stick behind. So probably a little bit greedy than he would have wanted to. And further behind, these three are in a battle of their own. That's Caesar, Shah, and Nova West, who are in a battle of their own right now. Is either of them going to move? That's Shah going wide, and Nova West is through. So Nova West is now behind Caesar now, as up front it is Herschel who is making a move, or rather behind Rohit right now, and he will be hoping to get past him the next time they are on the main straight, or maybe he will not wait for that. He has a good look at this 4-car train here. This is redstone up on Bhushan, which is not working out. Bhushan has gone wide. Is Herschel going to go around the outside on Rohit? Is that sensible from Redstone Dub, who are riding on board with? And it seems like Herschel will take that place, but it's Rohit who has... Oh my... Oh, that is unfortunate. There's more casualties in this race, and this is Nova and VFix. We're already on the last lap, and it's Nova down the inside of Caesar. These guys are going to go side by side, Upper Rouge and Radion. Let's see who blinks first. It's Nova who has taken that position, but Caesar does fight back, and both of them I think will have DRS. Let's see. Yeah, both of them do have DRS, and let's see how this is going to turn out. It's Caesar who has to avoid Rahul in front, and Nova has to stay behind. So Nova in P8 right now will have provisional pole, but what a battle these two had after Shah went wide at Poo-on and basically just gave way to Nova. But here we go. Is Nova going to go down the inside of Caesar right now? I think he almost did, but stays behind for now, and Caesar is feeling a little frustrated because he has Rahul in front of him and is basically proving to be a bit of a bottleneck here. Here goes Caesar. Is he going to make that move? Rahul makes a defensive move there, so Caesar has to stay behind. Is Nova going to take advantage of that? I think he will. He pushed Caesar a little bit. That's tire banking there, and Nova is through now. All the time we are yet to see Arjun Shah, who is now on the back straight approaching Blonde Shimon. We will cut to him in just a moment once we are sure it's... Oh my god, here we go. This is Sid Venkatesh, not going to work out I believe, as Nova is now on the back of I Am Rahul. Is he going to make that place? He's going for it, but I don't think it's going to work out. It's Arjun Shah who has not won the race. It's Serial Killer who has won the race. Arjun in P2, Phantom in P3, Quick Killer P4, Nova finishes P4. Wow, because of time penalties. Caesar finishes P5, Quick Killer in P6, Shah finishes P7, Sid Venkatesh in P8, so he will have the pole for the sprint race. I Am Rahul in P9, VFX finishing in P10, so not a good race for him. And the rest of the finishers, we will have to wait for the final race classification. So what a sprint race we have had so far, and wow, what an ending that was. I don't think Arjun had any time penalties there. I will still have to look what happened there, but I don't think there were any time penalties at play, at least the last time I checked, but maybe there were, I'm not sure. We will have to look. Either ways, it is Serial Killer who has now moved to a reserve role, who wins this feature race with Arjun Shah in P2. Yeah, he had a 3-second time penalty. I completely forgot about that, or rather didn't see it, but look at the gap, it is just 1/10. So pretty close up top with Phantom in P3. Nova West fighting back after his unfortunate spin while battling Quick Killer. He fights his way back to P4. Caesar in P5, Quick Killer in P6, Shah in P7, Sid Venkatesh in P8, Rahul P9, Vfx P10, Herschel in P11, Retief's Gal in P12. I think that's the last points paying position with Redstone Dub, Bhushan, Rohit Goel, Oxidized Rage, Rehan. Rehan was the first of the DNFs, or rather last of the DNFs, with Ashwin Lakhwani and Nishan not finishing the race either. So that has been a heck of a feature race, and now we turn attention to the sprint race where the drivers will be on those medium tires, and I'm not sure how many laps this is, probably 10 or 11 laps, and it is overcast again, so no rain unfortunately to make things interesting, but still an overcast race, and no mandatory pit stops here. So unless you do get damage, or unless there's a safety car and you want to use those soft tires, you can get away with running the medium tires for the entirety of the race. So we wait for the drivers to take a quick break, and after that we will be underway very soon. Right, so as expected, everyone is on the medium tires. It's a 9 lap race, so not 10 or 11, just 9 laps in it, and these laps would go by very very quickly, especially if there's no safety cars. So stay tuned, because this is going to be a great race. You can always imagine that when there are drivers like Caesar, Nova, Arjun in the mix, and VFix and Ashwin, who are further back than they would have liked, but they would be charging through the field with Sid Venkatesh, who is now quite used to starting on the front row in these sprint races, will lead the field with Shah alongside him and Quick Killer for company. Alright, so Nova after all that finished just 2 positions behind Arjun Shah. So not exactly the result Arjun was hoping for. He would have liked to win this race, and at the same time hope that Nova doesn't get a lot of points, because he had to pit twice and still made his back to P4. So plenty of incidents in the feature race, and plenty of battles as well to go with. But sprint race, as the name suggests, it's a sprint to the finish line. It's not really a marathon, so every position counts, and you would want to get in the front of the driver. As VFX, that's an unfortunate disconnection. VFX has left this session, and that is really unfortunate. I am not sure if he will be back on time. I hope he has enough invites there, but his car is glitched right now, that Carling car, as the drivers have now entered the third sector, and they will be focusing on their tire temperatures to ensure that they have a optimum tire temperature for the great start. Right, so this is Sid Venkatesh, who is leading the field, as you can see on the formation lap, as Oxidized Rage has been sent back to the grid along with Rohit Goel. But it's Sid Venkatesh and Shah who will be leading the field, and they would be hoping to lead the rest of the field at the end of lap 1 as well. But they have very very fast drivers behind them, so they have to be careful that they absolutely nail their starts. And at the same time, this time I hope I am not kicked out of the game at the start sequence, and we are actually able to see the first lap, as the timing has glitched already. But this, come on guys, give me a good, yeah, there it is. 2 lights, 3, 4, 5 lights on the grid. lights out, and we are underway. Sid Venkatesh does get a good start, so does Quick Killer, and it is Caesar who is behind them as Shah has gone round the outside of Sid Venkatesh. Is he going to make that move? I'm not sure from this angle, but Shah is behind for now, and it is Caesar who has lost, I think, a couple of positions there, as has Nova. So we'll have to keep a look at that. Behind, it is Nova who has overtaken Arjun Chavez. Arjun is into the wall. Is it Arjun into the wall? No, it's not, but it seemed like he was. And behind, it is still as it is, as Shah seems to have taken the lead of the race. No, he has not right now. We are riding on board with Nova here. Shah has now taken the lead of the race as Quick Killer is absolutely barging his way through, but Quick Killer is round, and that is unfortunate. Where is Quick Killer? Yeah, he is round. Let's turn attention back to the race leader, and this is Ashwin getting a 5-second penalty there for ignoring yellow flags. Where is VFix in all this? VFix has lost a lot of positions in P17, and up front it is Caesar who is looking at this battle between Shah and Sid Venkatesh and not really able to make a move right now, as Phantom is trying to have a look on the inside, and this is Sid Venkatesh on the inside of Shah, and Sid Venkatesh will have that position unless Shah fights back, which he obviously will. And this is Nova West now, has got a good run out of that corner, and this is 4 cars battling for the lead as Caesar is down the inside of Sid Venkatesh. How are they going to make the move? Is Sid Venkatesh who's pushed around, and he will lose a lot of positions, but Caesar is into P2 and Nova is into P3 as he cuts the corner quite massively there. But Nova is into P3 as Phantom, oh, that's Phantom almost losing it out of the final corner, but that's Nova into P2, or rather P3, and both him and Caesar will now chase Shah behind. As what's happening with Quick Killer, he's losing a lot of positions there. He has lost 10 positions since the start because of that incident on lap 1 with Sid Venkatesh and Shah, as this is Redstone Derp who has gone down there. As there's someone who's in the wall again, or maybe that's just a glitch, but it is Redstone Derp who has made that position. And behind, where is VFix? I can't see VFix for some reason. Yeah, he is glitched, but he's there, and we'll have to wait until this sorts out. But it seems like, yeah, Caesar has overtaken Shah up ahead, so Nova gives him a bit of a tap and is trying his way down the inside, but Caesar has taken that position on Shah, and Nova is now trying to follow suit. Let's see if he's able to make the position now into Puon. I think he will stay behind for now, as behind it is Oxidized Rage who is trying to make a move on Rohit Goel, as Quick Killer is now starting his process of recovery as he challenges Herschel into going for this corner. I think he is going to make a move now if Herschel gives him enough space. He is on the curb there, Herschel, so not more he can do now, as there's a car behind. Is that Restaurant Derp? It is. He's absolutely round right now, and that is something which will not really help his race, as Herschel gets a 3-second penalty. Shah has lost a position to Nova, and now he is being chased by Sid Venkatesh as Shah goes a little wide through Brown Shimo, and all the time Caesar is pulling away, as there is Bhushan who's trying to take advantage of that battle between P4 and P3, and Nova and Caesar are through. As Oxidized Rage, what happened to him? I think he lost positions, as well as VFX has lost positions again. I think that's because of his disconnection. I don't think he's still in control of his car. No, he's not, so that is understandable. As behind, this is Phantom and Rohit going side by side, but Phantom will have the position. Is up front, this is Bhushan now, who is now on the back of Sid Venkatesh. Let's see if the pink car pulls towards the right. He does, so he's going for a move on the inside. He just is behind for now, as Sid Venkatesh is known to be one of the very late breakers as far as F2 is concerned. So he has made the position, as something has happened to Herschel behind. He has lost it at the end of Camel Straight. I'm not sure what. Oh, he's got a 10-second penalty as well. So that is the race absolutely gone for Herschel there, as Sid Venkatesh is still behind Shah now. Sid Venkatesh involved in a lot of battles. He was defending from Bhushan a while back, and this time around he's on the back of Shah, and this is for the podium positions, so he has to be pinch perfect with his move as he's trying to make a move now. And let's see if Shah keeps his nose in. He does. Sid Venkatesh sticks behind for now. Is he going for a switchback? He almost pushes Shah, and all the while it is Bhushan now as Sid Venkatesh goes more wide, and that is into the gravel for him, and he has lost a lot of positions. Was a bit impatient, I think, through his maneuvers, because overtaking through sector 2 is really difficult. But now we turn our attention to the battle for the podium position again, as Ashwin Lakhwani retired again. No, oh my god, look at his car just stranded there, and it's a virtual safety car. That is Ashwin's car, which has returned. You will see it in a while. That is Ashwin's car, which has been stranded, and that is a real shame again. I think he will be back in the comment section. And who has pitted there? I think there you can see at least 3 or 4 people in the pits. But that's a virtual safety car which is deployed, and it has helped out Shah because he was under tremendous pressure from Bhushan, from Sid Venkatesh, and now he will be chased by Phantom, and Phantom in all that has overtaken Bhushan in fact. So not sure what happened there, as we were trying to focus on Arjun gets a drive through. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Arjun is P18 right now. Not sure what happened there, because he would have started P7, but Arjun has a drive through, and that won't help at all as we are underway now, as this battle seems to be one of the closest battles right now, as Phantom is chasing Shah, but at the same time Bhushan is on his tail. So let's ride on board with Bhushan and see if he's going to make a move into Puan. No, he doesn't. He gives Phantom a little bit of a tap, but the gap up front has decreased. It was 2.7 or 2.8 seconds when Nova climbed to P2, and now the gap is 2.2 seconds. Arjun has retired into the pits, I believe. So not a great sprint race for him, and what a battle this is for the final podium position. No penalty so far, but Nova already has a penalty. Let's see which this penalty is. It is 3-second penalty. Is it drive through? So Nova has a drive through, and so that is his chance of a podium or a win completely gone, as Bhushan is going round the outside. He's on the grass, not sure. Yeah, he has a 3-second penalty because of that. So that would make Shah and Phantom happy. As you can see right now, there is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 drivers on the track who don't have a penalty. So as there's one more penalty, so there's a lot of penalties happening right now, as this time Phantom will have a great run on Shah. Let's see what goes around here. Phantom sticks behind for now, but he will have DRS after they climb the hill. And as Ashwin is in the comments saying he got another tap from behind, I believe, and that's another DNF for him, as Phantom is through. Is he going to make it through his Bhushan? He is, but Shah is fighting back. But Bhushan this time around will have that position, so Shah loses 2 positions in one straight. But he knows that Phantom does have, or rather Bhushan does have a 3-second penalty, as behind it is Rehan, who seems to have lost 2 positions there to Redstone Dub and Thieves. And as Herschel, who has retired, it's in the pits as well. Let's see when Nova actually comes in for its pit stop here, because that's important to see where he comes out. But I am sure he will lose a lot of positions because of that, as this is Redstone Dub, who is now challenging Thieves and is not able to get through right now through Puan. And as we discussed just a while back when we were spectating Sid Venkatesh, overtaking in sector 2 is not impossible, but it's a little difficult, because sometimes drivers do take different lines than normal to defend, and that could really put you off, as Redstone is really impatient right now. And this time around he will get the position, I believe, on Thieves, but he was made to work for it, and he lost a lot of time there, as this time it's Redstone. He will have that position. There's still a lot of wheel banging going on. Let's hope they keep it in one piece. They still wheel bang again. That's at least 3 or 4 times they banged wheels there, but thankfully no damage. And is Nova actually going to stay out for the rest of the race? I'm not sure. He has a drive through last time I checked, but this is Bhushan now on Phantom, and they both have dropped Shah, so Bhushan will probably climb up to P3, but let's see if he's able to pull that 3-second gap which he needs to stay in P3, as Nova gets a 3-second penalty. So both of these drivers as okay I'm sorry, that gearbox, that sound of the gearbox reminded me of Bottas's gearbox in Austria in one of the races, if you remember. That was really painful to hear from Nishan's. As is he in control of his car right now? I think he is, but I have lost voice almost. I'm not able to I've lost sound of the game. I'm not able to hear the engine sound. Either ways, let me know if you can hear me still, and let me know if you can hear the sound on the game. But either way, Caesar gets a 3-second penalty as well. I don't think that will really change things, as this is one of the closest battles right now, with Nishan trying to overtake Sid Venkatesh here. In terms of penalties, I think that's what we need to look at. Noah has a drive through which is yet to be served, and as Arjun says a comment that Trident has failed. I think his teammate is Quick Killer, who's running P12 right now, so not a good race for that team. And I've suddenly lost sound of the game. I'm not sure what's happening here, but Noah West is finally in. I think he was waiting until he can get a good enough gap, and he will still lose a few positions here, a lot of positions rather, because he will come out in P7, and because of his time penalties, not sure if he will have enough pace or enough laps to challenge for the podium. Nevertheless, is Phantom going to make a move right now? I don't think he will on this particular lap, but he doesn't need to, in fact, because Phantom will finish on the podium because he doesn't have a time penalty right now. And Shah, if he can just push on a little more and gain those 7/10ths, he will win the podium as well. As Nishan now is absolutely on the back of Sid Venkatesh, and Nishan will hope to get in front of him, but not really right now. Sorry, I had to turn off my mic there, but Nishan is on the back of Sid Venkatesh, and this is a battle for P5 because everyone has penalties behind them, and both of them have 3-second penalties. But okay, it's really weird to spectate and commentate on this without any sounds, but either ways we will push through it, as Sid Venkatesh does make a mistake. He has gone wide at that corner, and this will give Nishan a real opportunity to make his move either into the bus stops again or maybe on the next lap where he will have DRS. So we will have a look next time they are on the main straight, because I think Nishan is a little bit far back to make a move right now, as Quick Killer gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. And for as Caesar starts the second last lap of the race, this is Nishan's probably best opportunity in the entire race to overtake Sid Venkatesh. Let's see, here goes Nishan. Sid Venkatesh seems to have better exit out of that corner, and without any overtake mode to play, Nishan will have to rely completely on the slipstream and DRS right now, which he seems to be using, and he seems to be gaining on Sid Venkatesh. think he will just about make it if he is brave enough. Yeah, he is going to go for that move on the inside. Sid Venkatesh will break late, and Sid Venkatesh will have to concede the position as well. But Nishan goes wide there, and Sid Venkatesh does try to make it through, but he will not have that position back. Nishan is on the inside and he covers Sid Venkatesh well. So that's Nishan into P5, and I think he will probably keep that since this was one lap to go. If Sid Venkatesh can fight back, that could be a really good battle on our hands for the last lap right now. As all the while it is Noah West behind them, so Noah West has caught up to both of them, and let's see how these guys battle it out for the final 1.5 laps of the sprint race. As I am Rahul gets a 3-second penalty as well. So if I'm not wrong, this will be the first weekend since the season has started that Noah will not finish either on the sprint race or the feature race, as he now overtakes Sid Venkatesh there. So Noah is through, and if he gets one more position, he will finish P4 in this race. And by the looks of it, he is gaining. He's not going for a move right now, but he will surely make a move on Nishan, or he will at least try to the next time they are on the common straight. But does he wait? No, he doesn't, and he has made his move on Nishan. Did Nishan just wait until that Sid Venkatesh is going down the inside of Nishan there, and has not made his move right now, and that Sid Venkatesh was through, and both of them will have DRS. So this is going to be a little. Sid Venkatesh is behind for now, but Nishan will have DRS because he was passed by Noah. So Noah will finish ahead of Nishan and Sid both. As further behind, something has happened. That's Rehan into the pits, as is Rohit in the pits as well. That's a very last minute pit stops. But either ways, Noah has climbed his way back to P5, and that's where he will finish. As further up, there's a yellow flag somewhere, but not sure who that is. It's Phantom who's chasing Bhushan, but Phantom will get that P2 either way, and Bhushan will finish in P3, as Noah is really making a charge right now. Look at him go. He's on the back of Shah here, and while this might just be on track, he will not be able to finish ahead of him in the final classifications. But Noah is through, or easy, yeah, he will be through now the next time they are into the next braking zone. So Noah is through, but I doubt he'll be able to pull out a 5-second gap, or rather a 3-second gap to Shah. And Shah, because of those time penalties, will hang on to 4th. But all the while it is Caesar who crosses the line in first. So it's Andar Chalo Caesar with Bhushan, his teammates. So it's a 1-2 for the BWT team. Only way I know how to pronounce their name, as Bhushan will finish P2 on track, but Phantom will take the second step on the podium behind, as Shah has lost a lot of time there to, was it Nishan? Yeah, it is. He's battling Nishan right now. So Noah will finish P4, but he will be relegated to P5 because of time penalties. Nishan in P6, Sid Venkatesh in P7, Redstone Dove finishing P8, with T Scal in P9 and Quick Killer in P10. I am Rahul will finish P11. Yeah, I think he will definitely will. With Rehan, I don't think he will finish P12 because of time penalties. He has 20 seconds of time penalties. That's a lot of time penalties for a sprint race. And it will be Oxidized Rage who will finish ahead of Rehan there. And VFix, I think he's still not connected. Yeah, he's still glitching. So unfortunate for VFix, and he'll be hoping to bounce back in the last 2 races. I think the only 2 races left in the season after this one. The next one is in Abu Dhabi, and the season finale is in Brazil. Either ways, Rehan finishes behind a lot of drivers. Oxidized Rage finishes ahead, with VFix's AI finishing in P13, Rohit in P14. Rehan and Serial Killer are the last of the finishers of the race, when we had 2 DNFs. That is Ashwin getting his second non-finish of the weekend in F2, and Arjun Arun Shah also DNF'd in the pits after he got a drive through. Nishan is the driver of the day according to the game. We will still wait to see in the stewards report who is it really awarded to. But once we go through the final race classifications of the sprint race, we will see if we can get these people for the race interviews. Right, so Caesar finishing the race in P1 despite his 3-second penalties. Phantom in P2, Bhushan in P3, those are the podium getters. Shah finishing P4, Noah West finishes P5, that was his starting position. Nishan finishes P6, starting 19th on the grid. So what a drive from Nishan it has been. Sid Venkatesh, after a lot of battling with Shah at the start, then Quick Killer, and then Nishan, has finished P7. That's turned up in P8, Teves in P9, Quick Killer in P10, with Rahul Oxidized finishing P11 and P12. VFX was disconnected throughout the entire sprint race, finishing P13. Not sure if that will hold up, but I don't think there are any points beyond P12. With Rohit Goel in P14, Rehan in P15, and Serial Killer finishing P16 ahead of Harshal, who were the only finishers of this race. Right, so let's wait for some time before we can get the drivers for podium interviews. Right, so give me a moment, guys. Please stay tuned on the stream and we will try to get yeah, so we have Serial Killer already joining in. Hello Serial, how are you? Serial, can you hear me? Because I can't hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. Hello Caesar. Yeah, so we'll just wait for Arjun if he can join. I've invited Bhushan as well. So we will start with you Caesar because I think Phantom is yet to join. So how was your race? How was your feature race? Because you did go for the alternate strategy and the safety car did come out which hampered your race a little bit, but you made it up in the sprint race, winning that one comprehensively.
Not exactly. Safety car actually saved my race. I had wing damage on lap 1, going side by side up your Rouge with Rahul. So I was running the entire medium stage.
Right, and how was the battle with Noah? Because he had still some gap to find you, but that must have been relieving by some margin to see that he has a drive through, so you can just focus on your pace from there on.
Yeah, no, as soon as I saw a drive-through penalty next to his name, I just dropped my pace for that early part because I knew that I had to preserve the tires. initially, so that's why the gap just came down by 2 seconds in maybe 1.5, 2 laps. So, but then as soon as he pitted, I knew that he will push once he's out. So that's when I started pushing, and then I was setting my personal best times. And yeah, I think saving the tires at that stage really helped me take that extra point in the sprint race. So unlucky for him, but I'm not complaining. It's good for me, as the three drivers in front in the championship table either DNF'd or finished behind me in the points. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good advantage to have going in the final two races. But yeah, the point difference is too much to have any impact in the final standings. But yeah, it's always good to finish in front of your competitors.
Yeah, absolutely. With the final two races upcoming, the gap is a bit to for you to claw back, but the likes of VFX or Arjun can also cause some headaches to Noah, hopefully, and we see really exciting last two races of the season with Abu Dhabi and Brazil coming up. Right. So coming to Serial Killer now, Serial Killer, how does it feel to have your first race win, and that too a feature race win under your belt?
Yeah. Yeah, it feels great. I don't know if I think I won in Bahrain also, the first race.
You did?
Right. That was a sprint race, I believe.
Oh, was it? Okay, that's anyway. I remember the win, but yeah, it was really good. I tried. I've been recently trying turning off some of the assists. So in the quali, I tried doing the manual gear shifts. So I don't know if that's why I was eighth. I was hoping to be in the top 5 maybe, but then I went around a few people. I had a couple of good overtakes on Oxide Rage and somebody else. I am Rahul, I think. So running good, and then obviously the safety cars really helped me. Then they really screwed the top guys, and I think that's the main reason why I ended up in the winning position. So, but yeah, the safety cars were really perfect. I think the second one was when I was going through the last chicane, so it was very good timing. And also, I just didn't pick up any penalties, but the guy in front of me did, so that also helped me. So yeah, it feels good. Maybe very generous position for my performance in the first race, and then the second race, obviously, somebody spun me from behind. So I'm still reviewing that. But other than that, it was a fun race. So yeah.
Right, so quite a strong weekend from you, Serial, especially since that you have moved to a reserve driver role now, not racing full time anymore. But we hope that you join us for the final two races, irrespective of that. So best of luck for the final two races, and congratulations on your race win again today. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any more drivers joining in for the podium interviews, so we will have to keep it at this. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this coverage of the feature and the sprint race. There was a lot of action as expected in Belgium. So make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed this race, and we advise that we have F2 race next weekend in Abu Dhabi. That is the penultimate round of this 10 race season before we head to Brazil for the season finale. And in terms of F1, we have Division 2 on Fridays 9:45 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and it's Division 1 on Saturdays 9:45 in the standard time. That's Russia. That's the Sochi Autodrome track which will be racing around. So do ensure that you tune in for that. But that's it from the comms box this weekend. Hope you have enjoyed your weekend as well as the racing we brought to you, and take care of yourselves. Goodbye and stay safe.